Okay, Boston Champs, welcome. We're going to do a procedure today on how to do kettlebell swings. We've got our great guest today, Kaylin Adams.
Supposed to be celebrity.
Celebrity guest, Kaylin Adams, who's going to be helping us out, demo some stuff. So we're talking kettlebell swings. Biggest thing on our swings, remember swings are a hip dominant movement. We got to be able to make sure we can hinge, okay? So first thing we want to check, Kaylin, I need you to touch your toes for me. Show me you can touch your toes. Great, so he's cleared, okay? If you're looking at your progression sheet, you'll notice they need to be able to kettlebell deadlift, okay? He can touch his toes, needs to be able to deadlift. So now, Kaylin, what you're gonna do, start right here, hands at your hip, pull that kettlebell from the floor. Just show me you can do that. Awesome. Now as he's going through, he just wants to stop when his hamstrings and that hinge tell him to stop. Okay, so we're going to assume Kaylin has mastered the kettlebell deadlift. He's ready to progress, right? The kettlebell swing is a ballistic movement. We don't want to make something that's not perfect faster. Okay, so now we're going to walk through some of our progressions. Okay, so first kettlebell swing, we're going to go through, losing it. We're going to make sure he can hinge, and I need to see his hinge. Okay, so Kaylin, what you're going to do for me, take this dowel. I need you to have contact with your head, shoulder blades, and your tailbone, and I want you to stick your butt straight back. Do 2 reps of that for me. Now turn this way. Perfect. Good. Now stand tall. Boom. One more. Excellent. Bring it back up. Great. So we know Kaylin can deadlift. We know he can hinge. And he's done both well. We're going to start going through our progressions, okay? A great way to teach the kettlebell swing would be with a goat bag swing, okay? So what Kaylin's going to do is that same thing. He's now done it with the dowel. Now he's going to take his kettlebell, stick it in his stomach, push back, pop forward. Push back, pop forward. So let's do 3 of those. Push those hips straight back, shift your weight onto your heels, boom, pop forward. Good. 2 more of those. Good. Awesome. So sometimes one of the main problems that we'll have, people really struggle feeling that weight shift. Okay? So one thing that you can do is have them do that same goat bag swing, but with their toes elevated. So he's going to grab this, toes elevated, and do a couple of those. By elevating the toes, it's going to help Kaylin feel that posterior weight shift. I want you to feel your hamstrings break, okay? They'll kind of put the brakes, break you, not break. Good. Do you feel that in the glutes and hamstrings and back of your legs? Awesome. Let's get one more. Great. Good, so he knows how to weight shift. Kaylin's ready to go through some of our progressions, okay? So we've done our toes up, he's weight shifted, we've done our go back swing, we've hinged with the dowel, we made sure he can touch his toes, we made sure he could deadlift. He's ready to start working on our progressions. So, Kaylin, first progression we're going to work on is going to be our hike. So you're going to address your bell, step back, do that hinge again, and you just drag your bell and bring it back, okay? Pretty much throwing it behind your legs and bring it back, okay? I want to see you do about 5 hikes. Good, so notice he's in that good hinge. This is how we always start our kettlebell swings so that we never get our clients hurt. It's how we enter and finish every swing. Go ahead and hike. Good. Awesome. Hike's looking great. So we'll call it good in his hikes. Now that they've got that down, we want to connect it into a swing. Okay? One thing that I like to use to teach them that they can do their swing is you're putting together a hinge and a hard style plank. Okay? Hard style plank. I'm on the floor. Toes are together, knees are together, glutes are engaged, hands are on the floor, squeezing the oranges, right? That's pretty much my finishing point with the swing. So before we put that together, we're going to do a couple stop and pops, okay? So what I want you to do, Kaylin, you're going to get into your regular position, you're going to hinge, but you're going to throw your hands behind you, stop and pop, okay? That plank that we've been working on, that's your finisher right here. Everything's engaged. Feet are gripping the floor, quads are engaged, butt's eating your shorts, core's braced for a punch, okay? Throw it behind you, let's do 5 reps. Good. Right without any weight, he can feel that same hinge and that power that a kettlebell swing should have. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to put it together and do a couple singles. Okay, singles are going to look like this. You're going to do that hike. Put it back down. Okay, let's do 3 of those. So you're connecting your hike and your stop and pop. See what we got. Good. And back down. One more. Good. Get nice and tall. Excellent. Back down. Nice work. Okay, good swing. Now we're going to do some continuous swings. Then we're going to troubleshoot some problems. Okay? So now you've got your hike down. You've got your single down. You want to connect some more together. Okay? So what you're going to do, get in your position. And I want you to do 5 in a row. Okay. Then still start and finish with your hike. Good. Those hips all the way through. Squeeze the floor with your feet. Excellent. Awesome. Notice as he's going through, he's hinging, throwing those hips forward. Hinging, throwing the hips forward. Okay? Now a couple of things that you can use in order to help. A couple common things. People tend to not attack the zipper, right? I always tell my clients, imagine you're wearing blue jeans, you're attacking the zipper, that's going to get that hinge and the depth that they need. If they're not doing that, we can do a spike, okay? So go ahead and do a couple continuous, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So go ahead and hike, swing, and I'm throwing that behind him so that he can get the depth, right? I'm not usually going to do the spike. Great job. I'm not going to do this spike till they're more advanced on it, right? If they're just a newbie, I don't want to throw that behind them around their back, okay? So the spike second. Another way, if they are not reaching their hips back, we can use the clipboard, okay? So go ahead and do a few swings. Now each swing, I need you to hit the clipboard with your butt. Okay. Sorry, with the bell. There you go. So that way he can hear and feel that the bell is hitting the clipboard. That's a great external cue for the client to make sure that they're actually reaching through on that kettlebell swing, okay? So, couple common problems that we don't want to see. Caitlin, take us through a few common problems on our kettlebell swing that you've seen. Squat and lifts, etc.
Okay, so first one that we see pretty regularly is people want to squat instead of hinging at the hips. So you'll see them and they'll go to swing and they'll squat down instead of bringing the hips back and forward. Okay, so that's the first one. Next one we see a lot is taking the kettlebell up too high or bringing hyperextending the hips to do it. And they're coming here. Swinging way up, bringing the hips too far through, taking the kettlebell too high. Another one is swinging it too low, where the kettlebell's down by their knees. So instead of attacking the zipper like Lane was just saying, they're swinging down here, way down by their knees. What else? Anything else?
Yeah, and the other thing I see is just people not finishing in that hard style. They just kind of go through, or they're hollow. They're not everything engaged. So using those cues that we did, right, with our dowel, making sure they know how to hinge, with our spike, that they're getting it back far enough, you know, cue them, hey, attack your zipper, make sure those wrists are high up. So now the other thing I like to coach when I'm coaching the swing is when I'm starting on that hike, I'm going to swing. Imagine you got a string between your knees. I'm going to break the string on the hike, but then after that, I'm keeping my belt above the string. Okay? So those are some of our common problems, a lot of the coaching cues that we like. There's a million different ways that you can coach these and cue these. Last thing, there's some progressions that are not on our sheet that we'd like to show you. Single arm swings, single arm cleans, and single arm snatches, right? These are very much the advanced progressions that you're probably only going to do with 1 to 3% of your clients, if that. But they're good for you guys to know kind of what goes beyond a kettlebell swing. So, Caitlin, let's have you show us a good single arm swing. You're going to set up exactly the same, okay, but you're going to just do it with one arm, right? So Caitlin's going to address the bell. Single arm.
Setting up the same way. Big difference, I guess, on this one is just making sure we rotate thumb in as we go back. So right here.
Notice he's swinging his other arm with so that he's staying square. Biggest mistake people make on single arm swings, they turn their shoulder and lose square. Okay, show them kettlebell clean.
Wearing me out right around here.
I know. That's why you're doing it.
Okay, over here.
Right, so we're essentially cleaning to that half rack position, right? Going through, boom, into our half rack. Okay, you can have people practice your rack position while they're doing carries out on the turf. Okay, and then our final progression, which by the way, you need to be able to do a full Turkish get up in order to do a kettlebell snatch. Okay, we're going to assume he can do that. I've seen him do it. Okay, so now he's going to do a kettlebell snatch. Good. Get nice and tall all the way through. Awesome. And back down. All right, so hopefully some of those cues as well as walking through our progressions have been helpful for you guys. Have a great day. That's our procedure today.